Hey guys, Justin with Kayak Catfish. Well, I'm out here on the Tennessee River this morning getting set up to do some catfishing. This place I'm going to be fishing today isn't really where I would ideally like to be fishing, but it's where the wind is going to allow me to fish today, so that's what we're going to go with. We had a front come through last night, dropped a bunch of rain, and we've got some high winds today. It's supposed to be 20 miles an hour sustained here this morning with 35-mile-an-hour gusts, but from mid-morning all the way into the afternoon. So out on the main channel, the main lake out there where it's really open and exposed, I'm just not going to be able to get to in the kayak today, at least not safely. But I thought what I would do is I'd come out here this morning and hit this creek. Now this creek here, you saw it in a recent video. I came out here and fished this area one evening. Didn't do particularly well that night, so it's not a place I was really keen on coming back to. But looking at the wind finder app and the way the direction this wind's going to blow today, it's blowing this way. So you can see here, this bank, I've got a huge hill all the way down through here protecting me and shielding me from this wind, at least from the full brunt of it anyway. So while out in the main channel there, that wind's going to be blowing directly upstream, and when it really kicks up, you're going to have some, some big waves out there, just stuff that I'm not going to be able to deal with in the kayak. Being able to access this area in my kayak and fish from the bank, that wind's not going to affect me at all. So, ideally in a situation like this where you're going to be dealing with high winds and be fishing from the bank, I'd really like to have that wind blowing in on me and just having bait stack up right there, right in front of me. But with the direction it's blowing, I looked and trying to find some areas on the map this morning before I come out here, places that would, one, allow me to have some bank access that's not private property that I could set up on, and would allow the wind to blow in on me. The only area I could really find out here that was going to kind of meet that criteria, I was going to have to cover a lot of water in the kayak to get to that area. And so, with the wind kicking up as bad as it's going to today, I didn't want to have to cross the main channel to get back there later on this afternoon when I'm done fishing. So I thought, you know what, we'll come out here, we'll hit this area that I hit a couple weeks ago. We'll hit it out here again today in this creek. I hit it in the evening hours in that video, so we'll be out here in the morning hours in this one. It's about 8 a.m. right now. It's a little later start than what I'd hoped for. I wanted that rain to get blown out of here this morning before I come out. But, we'll just see how it goes out here today. I've got some fresh bait. I went out yesterday. I got some gizzard shad, stocked up on that. I've got one crappie. I did a little ultralight fishing yesterday while I was out there trying to net some bait, and caught several crappie, but they were all short, all of them except for one. So I got one that's over the 10-inch limit, and crappie here in East Tennessee, if it's caught on rod and reel and it meets the minimum size requirements, which is 10 inches here, then it's a legal bait. So I'm going to use that. I also got a sucker as well, so we'll throw that out there at some point today. But like I said, we're just going to do some bank fishing, man. Heck with this wind. We'll just fish anyway and see if we can't hook into a big catfish today. So I'm going to get baited up. We'll get to it. All right, guys, there's the first bait there. That's a gizzard shad cut in half with both pieces there on the hook. We'll give it a toss out there. Let's throw it out here in this creek channel, get it over the drop there. That area, I didn't have my graph on coming out here this morning, but that area should be somewhere around 45 feet deep. The water's down several feet right now for winter drawdown, so maybe a little less than that, but I'm hoping that maybe some fish move in here out of the main channel today, or out of the main channel into this creek. They're going to come right across my baits, or any fish that's in the creek right now and coming back out, hopefully they'll cross my baits. So we'll see. We're going to soak them a few hours and find out. All right, guys, there's that crappie head. I'm going to have it in a body section on my two Okuma longitude rods here. These are my surf casting rods with these Daiwa Seagate SGT 35 reels. This allows me to get a lot farther casting distance. I'll definitely be able to get over the drop here on with these rods. That's the 9-foot version of these rods, and I haven't caught but just a few fish on them. They're fairly new still, but I'm liking them. I'm liking them a lot. All right, let's get this head out here. Yeah, that one's definitely out there where we want it to be. And the last bait there is another section of crappie. That's a body section. We'll send it out there. I know a lot of people don't like me using crappie. They'll quote these other states' laws and how it's not allowed there. I don't give a crap. I don't fish in those states, so what do I care? Here in Tennessee, it's a legal bait, and I use it. And there it goes. Hit that thumbs down button, people, because I'm using that crappie. Getting some of the good stuff while we wait on the cats to bite. I ain't doing worth the crap on the cats out here, but I'm getting some bait, by gosh. Alright, y'all, that crappie had been soaking about an hour and a half. Absolutely nothing going on. No dink taps, no nothing. And while I've been waiting on the catfish to come along here, I've been casting here on the bank, and I've got me a few fresh skipjacks. So I reeled in my crappie, took them off. I'm going to put on some fresh skipjack. We'll throw that out there and see what that does. If they skipjack here, chances are there's probably some catfish or some stripers here. So they just obviously ain't interested in that crappie that I had out there or this other rod with the shad. I am going to leave the shad on this other bait here, on this other rod, but I'm going to put the two Akuma rods, the two that I can really sling out there a long ways. I'm going to put the skipjack on them. Alright, y'all, there it is. My favorite bait in the whole world, a skipjack head. And it don't get any fresher than that. Just caught a few minutes ago. Let's give it a sling. And there's that bait right there. Big old hunk of body section of the skipjack. I'm gonna let it fly too. Alright, y'all, here's this one too. I was gonna leave this third rod out there with some shad on it, but I changed my mind. I got this fresh skipjack. I'm gonna go with it. Which one is it, y'all? I need a long run with it here. I was down there after them skipjack down the bank there. Put a little pressure on it here. Yeah, he's on there. That's on that head, y'all. That's on that head. How'd y'all like that Catfish Dave hook set right there? I just went backwards until I felt him. Put pressure on him to get that hook in him. Man, them baits have been in the water 5 minutes. I've set out here, them crappie and the shad on there, nothing going on. I finally catch a few skipjack here while I was waiting. Throw them out there. And here we are in 5 minutes. I've got a bite. I'm telling y'all, the right bait can make the world of difference. And out here on the Tennessee River, there ain't nothing better than skipjack. This feels like it's a decent fish. It's not terrible. I don't think he's no whopper. I don't think he's real bad either. He's big enough to eat that headpiece. Yeah, ain't a bad fish. Alright, y'all. First fish of the morning here, and it comes maybe 5 minutes, if that. But maybe 5 minutes after I switched out and put on the fresh skipjack. That skipjack, man, it just made a world of difference.
I was thankful to get a few. I'm going to keep casting for them too while I wait on some more fish to come along. I got my board here because it's tournament season again. We'll throw him on here and get a quick measurement. He ain't very long, but some of y'all like that, so I'll get it for you and see here. That fish there, he's probably going to be about 34 time he puts his tail out there. One of them fun size fish. All right, y'all, let's let him go here. Come on out there, Mr. Blue Cat. Here he comes back at us. There he goes. He gone. Fish on. Yeah, brother. Fish on, y'all. The camera spun around there. Y'all, I got tired of losing fish because of the clickers. So I just engage these reels and put them in the rod holders and let the fish load themselves up. I had that camera on earlier and I was catching them skipjack, and I don't know if I turned it back on after that or not. When I checked it a little while ago, it was off, so I don't know if they got that fish that I caught or not, but I've had 4 bites. Well, this makes number 5, but I've only caught that one fish, so I said heck with them clickers. I love hearing it go off, but I'm terrible at getting hookups when I've got them clickers on. I get all the excitement from it for nothing. There we go. Little blue. Oh, I'm gonna get my head back too. I'm gonna get the head back. He just threw it off right there at the bank. All right, y'all, here is this one. The camera is definitely rolling right now. I don't know if it was for that last fish or not. I assume the missed fish that I had, the runs I had there, it probably wasn't on for that. So I don't know. We might get a video out of this day and we might not. There's that one. This is one of them little fun size ones here. I'll throw him on this board here for you. Get a quick length since I got it here. He's about almost 33 inches, almost. One of them fun size ones. All right, let's send him home. See you, buddy. Well, he don't know where he's going, but he's going home eventually. That head's in good shape still. The mouth of it's tore up from that last fish, but it's still looking pretty good, so we're gonna send it back out there. All right, we got that bait back out there, so I'm 1 for 4 on fish when I'm using the bait clickers, and I'm 1 for 1 now when I've just got my reels engaged and locked down in the rod holders. So we're gonna keep doing that. Look right here. There we go. That's another one on that head, y'all. That's another one on that head. Alright, there's that one there. Like I said, probably just about another 32-inch or so fish. One of them fun size, and he was fun to catch. He had a bend in that Okuma rod, didn't he? We throw him here on the board for you. Well, I don't think my camera was running for any of that. I have had camera problems today. But that fish right there, he's about a little over 33 inches. So I was close. I thought he'd be around 32 inches or so. So another good one. Let's let this one go. See ya, buddy. There you go. Get on out of here. Well, every one of these fish has wanted a head, so let's throw another one out there. It's good to be hooked up again. It's been probably an hour. I had switched out this bait and put on some shad pieces again and threw them up just kind of shallow. So I've seen some shad flipping out there. I thought I'll put the shad pieces on and throw them right under that little school of shad I saw. But all we got was a dink. Nevertheless, it's a fish. Get him on in here. There he is, y'all. Just a little dink, but happy to get him. Away he goes. There he goes. Yep, he's still there. Now he's taking off. He can find his way out in that muddy water. I tell you what though, the wind today has been cranking, but it ain't been cranking where I'm at. I am completely shielded from it here. My camera's terrible quality. Well, I can't zoom in, but you can see the white caps out there probably from where that wind is blowing straight upstream. But you know, we're getting a little bit of chop right in here, but otherwise I'm sitting here. This is easy peasy, man. If I was out there in the kayak, I'd be getting beat to death, and I sure wouldn't want to. I'd done be at the house is where I'd be, but out here on the bank, been able to just kick back, relax, and wait on these fish to come along. That one ate that shad also. I just rebaited with shad after that last dink. Heck yeah, man. It's been a few minutes since that last fish, so maybe we're getting some active fish coming in here. Alright, we've navigated through my lines here without getting all tangled up. That's good. Let's see if we can pull him up through these leaves and get a look at him here. There he is. What you can see through the leaves anyway. Alright, there's that ornery thing right there. He's still wanting to flop around, ain't he? Let's get rid of him pretty quick here. He's probably a little bit bigger than that last one, but still not quite as big as the others we've got today. See you, buddy. He gone. All right, we're baited up again. We ready. Yeah, he's on there. Thought maybe he had dropped it. We got him. Been a long time between bites, y'all. A long time. Probably been about 2 hours now. I've just been riding it out though. Let's come around that way with him if we can. Gotta keep him out of that other line. No, he's got me wrapped up in something there, y'all. See if he'll swim out of it. Are you kidding me? He's still on there. He's got me hung in something. Crap. I can feel him on there. There he come. There he come out of it. I wasn't sure if I was getting him out of that or not. Must be a log or something down there. Well, we got us another in here. Again, no size to him, but it's action, man, and I'm happy to get it. It's been a long time between fish here. Well, there's that. He's, I don't know, about par for the course today. It's not been a day of big fish by any stretch. Man, I'm happy to get him. It's been a long time. I just kept riding it out here. I'm so close to sunset now. I don't know, it's probably somewhere 3:45, 4 o'clock-ish. Got about an hour and a half left and been out here all day long. And I just kept hoping if the bite ain't been no good in the late morning, midday, I'm hoping it's going to pick up right here at sunset. At least that's my hope. Otherwise, I may be wasting my time out here. Let's let this one go.
Alright y'all, it's about 5 p.m. right now. I've got just a little bit of daylight left, so I thought I'd knock out this closing here before it gets too dark for the camera. You know, today it's kind of been a comedy of errors from a YouTube perspective. That camera there, I forgot to restart it, and I don't know how much of the action I missed before I realized it wasn't running. Same thing with the chest cam. I know there was one fish there that I didn't have the chest cam on for, so you know, if this was a day last year where I was putting out one video a week, I wouldn't even publish this video. But you know, fact is, if you're going to crank out 100 videos a year, you're going to have some stinkers from time to time, and today's video was definitely a stinker from the filming perspective. As far as the fishing though today, I mean, I had a decent day. There were some long stretches of nothing out here today. I mean, I've been on the water, what, 8, 9, 10 hours now, something like that. So it's been a long time out here for the limited action that I've had. But you know what? This bank fishing has allowed me to get out here and fish today, because if this has been a day where I was only in the kayak, I'd have made other plans. I'd have stayed home. I would not have got out there and fought that wind and just gotten beat to death in the waves from it. But you know, getting there, I launched my kayak in this creek, come out here, parked myself on the shore, and I've had a good day just kind of messing around here on the shoreline, catching some bait. I got enough bait this morning there for today's trip, plus enough in the cooler for, you know, hopefully 1 or 2 more trips. So I've had a good day out here, had some fun, caught a few fish, but hopefully I'll get 1 or 2 more here before this sun goes down. But once it goes down, I'm out of here because I am tired and I'm hungry. I have eaten all the food I brought with me, and when you're out of food, it's time to go. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video anyway. If you don't see any more action after this, well, guess what? I didn't catch any more fish before dark. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
So y'all, here's your bonus fish right here. For those of you that stuck around past the closing, here it is. Or did he come off? No, there he is. He's still on there. He's coming at me. Yeah, y'all that rode this video out to the end, God bless you. I know it's been crap, but that's just how it goes. Sometimes I miss the days where I just went fishing, didn't have to fool with all this camera and filming and talking to the camera and all that nonsense. But it's worthwhile in the end. Just like catching this old fish right here. Let's bring him on up in here. All right, y'all. 1 more for the road, or at least 1 more, I should say. Hopefully we get some more. Get out of here, buddy. Take off, man.
All right, y'all, I'm going for real this time. I'll see you in the next one.